Cool, so y'all, welcome to another episode of Real Talk 1012. Coach Jeff here.
It's Ryan, Keith North Jr.
Keith, and we got a special guest. Our special guest is from, I would say, it's not a coincidence that they got red jerseys because they're playing red hot for the red hot Falcons team. Did y'all get a chance to see that game this last Saturday? Yeah, man. So we look forward to talking to you in a little bit about that game and just hearing more about what you guys' mindset was going into that game. But just quick announcements. If you guys have not taken care of your registration fee, make sure that you guys get that done. Here's how you get it done. Be there at the field by 9 o'clock a.m. You guys will get a chance to work for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then your registration fee will be taken care of. This is the week that you have to have it by, or to be able to pay your $10 to be able to play this upcoming week. So if you don't have that, then you'll be on the sideline for this upcoming week. Other announcements, make sure you guys know your game day verse for the week. It comes from Deuteronomy 32:4. Just talks about everything he does is just and fair. He is a faithful God who does no wrong, right? So as we think about that verse, I guess you guys have any comments about what that means to you guys? Everything that God does is just and fair. He is a faithful God who does no wrong. When you hear that, I guess where's your mind go? What do you guys think of?
Everything he does has
Yeah, cool. Yep. I mean, that's exactly where my mind goes too, and I've seen that to be faithful in my life and all throughout my journey. And it's good to be able to see that also God's faithfulness in the way that He's really progressing His league. A lot of beautiful things happened last week, a lot of teaching moments. But more than anything, and I'm glad you're on here today. I want to hear from your perspective, man. Y'all went up. You guys were underdogs going against a tough Seahawks team. They're loaded, stacked. They got players for days, and you guys come out with that win. I feel like for me that was the biggest, just kind of most enlightening thing and biggest surprise of the week last week. But what was the difference in this game as compared to the previous two games before?
Just tired of losing. Just had a mindset to go in and dominate. We changed up a few plays. Players, strategy, defensive wise, when they have passes, just went in, did our job.
Yeah. And I saw that. And I guess speak more to what was the team kind of chemistry like and everything in this game that was maybe different from others.
The chemistry is getting there. First 2 weeks, we didn't really wasn't playing with each other. We saw as a whole, and we just came up with a win.
Would you say that offensively, defensively, it was a tough game? Where do you think you guys really showed up?
I want to say defensively, and basically both defensively, we was able to get a game-winning stop at the end, a sack, and a deflection, and we was able to score and just keep the ball, hold it up.
Cool. So just thinking about like what I want you to think about how after the game, after you guys had this big win, that let me know that every week I feel like I say something about the Falcons coming out, and this was the week that you guys came out. What was it like for you guys? Did you notice something that was different in terms of the way that the team reacted? Obviously, it was a win versus a loss, you know what I'm saying? But like in the ways that you guys kind of whether bonded afterwards or how everybody was feeling, how would you describe that?
It was great. We was all happy, cheering, we all talked about it, practice, ready to go.
Cool. Yeah. Cool, man. Well, yeah. It was good hearing about that game. I was excited for you guys because I feel like you guys really played as a team, as a unit out there, and I look forward to the rest of the year. You guys really made a statement that like y'all not no pushover team. I've been telling folk, but they ain't been believing me, and now they had a film to see it, and so it's good to see that. Coach Ryan, I want to hear from you real quick, and I need to go back here to fix something. But as you look at this past week, what was the biggest surprise? What did you see out there in week 3 in terms of highlights?
Sure. So I think one of the things first off is I think Keith's being a little bit humble over here. I think he didn't mention the fact that he had 6 tackles on the Saturday, but I think that played a big role into why he and the Falcons were able to pull off that result. I think their defense, it was a close game. They weren't winning. It was a back and forth the entire time. And so I think their defense is a big part of why they were able to pull it off. I say as far as things to me that surprised me, man, the game of the week, that was a heck of a game. I tell you, nothing surprised me about it. As I told you, I thought that the Eagles were going to play tough, but I thought the Ravens might come out with it in the end. I still got the Eagles as it comes down to playoff time. But I would say overall that game, man, it was one of the highlights I keep wanting to watch over and over and over again. I say about the other teams, I'd say that Colts 49ers game, I think the 49ers still trying to figure out who the pillars are, who's going to step up on their team. I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm hoping that now that all the waivers, the player fees are getting sorted out, that they'll have their team situated and they'll be coming with a full roster ready to take on the Eagles. Trying to think of that last game, that Steelers-Redskins game.
Yeah.
That was a surprise. 6-6 at halftime. The Steelers were, I think the Steelers were in shock. I don't think they even found themselves playing. I don't think they realized they were playing football until the third quarter. But that being said, they did have some key leaders step up and they pulled it off. They started scoring. I think they went on a 22 and maybe a 32-0 scoring spree to end that game. So, Redskins. I still think the Redskins could be a hot team towards the end of the year. We'll see how it goes, though.
Yeah, I mean, I echo that. I think they if they play together, you saw that in the first half. They believed in themselves. In the second half, a couple mistakes, and it just kind of broke them in terms of being able to play together. Here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to ask you, because you guys have, speaking of this Colts team, that you know what? So I mean, as we look at this Colts, you guys have the Colts this week, and you guys are peaking right at the right time. I feel like, and you have this Colts team that's still, they're a tough team. They're a tough team. Like their passing attack, I would dare to say is probably the strongest in the league. I was not impressed against the 49ers. I know they didn't have to do too much. I wasn't impressed. But here's what I want to hear from you. As you guys go into this game against the Colts, thinking about coming out on top, what do you guys have to do to come out on top?
We just wanted to spread the defense, get more safeties and more DBs in the backfield because they like to throw. They don't really run or throw under. Just play spread and we'll be able to get it done.
Yeah, I mean I mean I think it's a good game plan. We see in Trey Sean, he can throw the rock. He can throw the rock, and you got Khalil and some of the other guys. They can go after it, and we see they're not afraid of the deep ball. And so I mean that's one of the things that just kind of worries me about this game as it pertains to the Falcons. Can they stop that deep ball? And they have a couple smaller guys that can just hit the underneath routes and really show me something also. But yeah, man, what would you guys say in terms of moving forward last week? How did you guys move forward last week in terms of something that would be good for this upcoming game?
We took it day by day. We stayed motivated, continue to practice, and we just went on performance.
Cool. Coach Ryan, tell me about that game. Like, as you look at this Falcons-Colts game, and I'm going to give my prediction after you, because I want to hear what you got to say. What do you have? What are your key points? If you had to give a score to this game, what would it be?
You're going to give your prediction after me because you know I don't have the right prediction. That's all. Look. Look, I'll tell you, the Falcons are on top of their game right now. I think it's going to be a big matter of defense, to be honest. I think this game comes down to defense first and foremost. I think, to be honest, I think the Falcons' defense is pretty tough. And I think the way that they came together this week, I'm a little bit nervous for the Colts. I think the Colts have a heavy offense. I think they have some really talented weapons, as you mentioned. But I saw some leadership in the Falcons that I'm excited about, that they stuck together. In that Seahawks game, man, that was a heck of a battle. Seahawks were fierce in that game. And I'll tell you what, throughout there were growing points that I saw leaders in the Falcons team that previous weeks may have struggled or they kind of might have imploded.
Yeah.
I feel like they really stepped up, and that allowed their defense to really step up in the game. And so with the Colts, I'll tell you what, with Trayshawn at quarterback, I'll never count him out. It's going to be a close game. I'll tell you. That being said, I'm sticking with the defense. I think it's going to be a tight 24-21 game, and I got the Falcons taking this one.
You got the Falcons taking this one. And so, I mean, one of my favorite commentators, Big Bill Vitale, he always talks about this aspect of Uncle Mo. Everybody wants Uncle Mo on their side. And so Uncle Mo is the momentum that you take into the game. I think the momentum that the Falcons got from this last week is something that, quite frankly, in every year since they've been in this league, I have not seen that momentum and clear leaders step up and keep. I think you're coming on board has a huge effect on this team because of the way that you carry yourself. Like you're a guy that doesn't panic. You play hard every play, and you know you're never somebody who helps. You know what I'm saying? Brings the team down. So if you know what, here's what I think. I think it's gonna come out and the Colts are gonna get punched in the mouth early. And by that I mean the Falcons are gonna take that momentum and they're gonna jump up early. And then the Colts are gonna wake up in the second half, but it's gonna be a little bit too late. And I think it's gonna be a close one. But I got it going 28-24. I think the Falcons are gonna take it. Mark my word. Sorry, Colts. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Y'all been doing an excellent job. But the Falcons are just peaking at the right time for them, the wrong time for y'all. I gotta go with the Falcons this one, 28-24. So we also this week as a whole, that's gonna be a good game. Obviously, we have our game of the week that we wanna spend some time on. The battle of the undefeateds. We got the Steelers versus the Ravens. Everybody's looking forward to that game. What are you guys' thoughts on that game?
I see the Steelers going out. I won't say it's a blowout, but I got them beating them by maybe 16 points.
Hold on. No, if you say that, you gotta explain yourself, bro.
You got Steelers winning by 16 points? Talk to
Gotta
me.
explain
Why?
yourself, bro.
Because they're a tough team. When we played them, they came and we couldn't shut them out. They did their thing on us. So knowing the defense and the potential that we have and that we got right now, if we wasn't able to stop them, not saying the Ravens can't, I just see the Steelers as winning.
All right, by 16. Goodness great. All right, cool. What we got, Coach Brian?
Man, I'm still 16 points. You think the Steelers beat them by? I don't know. I think this game would be a lot tougher than that. You know, that was one of the surprises that I meant to bring up is last week the Ravens lost. The game was over. Everyone had left. Even some of the coaches on the Ravens had left. They thought the game was over, but they stuck together. And one of the reasons is I saw some of the captains from the Ravens step up. And Chris Hall being one of them, just talking to his guys, say, "Really, we're not done yet. Calm down. We still got this game." When they went down 2 touchdowns, when the Ravens the Eagles went on a pick 6, he was right there with them, calming them down to play the rest of the game. And man, that's a scary type of leadership, and no matter what, in any game, you never count you out. So, that being said, I do think the Steelers are going to punch the Ravens a little bit early on. They're going to be up probably 2 touchdowns in the first half. I think the Ravens are going to come back, though. I think the Ravens are going to take this one. It's probably going to be 34-30.
34-30, who's winning?
Ravens.
Ravens are winning. You got the Ravens winning.
I got the Ravens.
Upset alert!
One of my favorite athletes, Joe Embiid, for the Philadelphia 76ers. He has a quote I love, just talking about. He said about one of his players he was guarding. He said, "I own real estate in his head." And so I think if anything that describes the Ravens team, one thing about them, everybody gets up. Every team is excited and nervous and intimidated and anxious about facing Coach Kenny in the Ravens. And so I think one of the pluses to this Ravens team is this Ravens team knows how to take any team onto their territory and play their type of game. And so even a tough team like the Steelers who are riding this winning streak, it's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be a close game. And I think one of the biggest things is the Steelers will win if they play their own game. Playing against the Ravens, I've yet to see teams play their own game, as they always get overly emotional and overly kind of just, they lose a sense of team when they play this Ravens team. So with that being said, I got the Ravens beating the Steelers this upcoming week. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be 42-48. But I think I do have the Ravens taking this game also. So I know it's a surprise. Steelers fans, I go against y'all a lot. I know it motivates y'all, but you know what? I'm looking to the camera when I say this because I know that my guys, and most of you aren't here. I love you guys. You guys are great men of God. I don't think you got it in you this week. But we'll see. That's what the game of the week is for. So we're going to jump back up to the 9:30 game. We have the Eagles. Shout out to the Eagles in the house. They're sleeping right now. So Eagles are playing this 49ers team, 49ers team's yet to get a win, but they keep coming out week after week after week. And so the Eagles are a tough team. All right. What do we? If you guys have to give a score for this game, what would it be?
Eagles coming off the game they just played. There's going to be a lot of penning up aggression. I think this is going to be a blowout, to be honest. I think they're going to be pulling it all together. I'm going to go 42-6.
42-6 Eagles. All right. What you got?
36-14.
36-14 Eagles? Cool. And I got 28-7 Eagles taking this one over the 49ers. I think that, like you said, they're coming off of a tough loss. They want to make a statement that they're going to dominate whoever's put in front of them, and I think that statement will come this week against the 49ers. But I do see the 49ers getting in the end zone and even taking a step forward as they've been doing week after week after week. So our last game of the day is, and you know what? This is not the game of the week, but a game that I'm really excited by, and here's why. I've been very interested to see about this leadership in the Seahawks team. It's no surprise that the Seahawks team is just struggles to play together. They have the talent to be able to be one of the top two teams to be in the Community Bowl at the end of the year. But to be quite honest, fellas, I never know who I'm going to see week after week. Is it that Seahawks team that we saw that first week that just played together? They looked like they enjoyed playing, and they came out there and dominated because they played together? Or is it that Seahawks team that we saw last time that are struggling to respect each other, struggling to play together? But they have a Redskin team who actually I feel like they found a bit of themselves last game. But what do you guys have for this game? What would be kind of the key parts of this game, and give me a score?
I got the Seahawks coming out with the win.
Yeah?
They played very great against us. Scored, I believe, twice or 3 times on us. It was a good challenge, so I got them coming out beating the Redskins 26-18.
All right, so it's a close game. All right, I respect that.
This is a game of identity. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is really identity. Because I don't think the Seahawks know who they are. I don't think the Redskins know who they are. I think the Redskins finally going to have a full roster showing up, ready to go. Redskins are a little scary. They can be a little like the Ravens sometimes, and if they get some momentum, they'll put some fear, and they could own some real estate in your head. And right now, the Seahawks got to determine whether they're going to let someone else get real estate in their head. And I think the last couple weeks they've been kind of struggling with getting out of their own way and just performing. And each individual just stepping up, whether it's at the quarterback, the wide receiver, or even on the defensive side, just owning your spots. And so I'm looking forward to this game. I'm going to watch. Man, I'm looking forward to watching this game. I don't really know who's going to win, but I got to put a prediction down there. I got to put a prediction down there. And last week, you know what? The Seahawks kind of did me wrong. I had them taking over your Falcons. I know you heard that.
I think I had the Falcons.
Yeah, I think that was an L for me. So I took the Seahawks last week, and they did me wrong. You know what? But I was doing some work over the winter months with Andre and seeing him in the weight room. I seen him perform, just getting after it. I know he's dedicated to the league. I know he's dedicated to running his routes. I think he's going to put some time in and put some serious work to blow past defenders and Splash. My man Splash is a veteran in the league now. So I got to give it to the vets. I'm going to give it to the Seahawks. I'm going to say the Seahawks take this game 32-18.
32-18, cool, man. He left out Terrence on his big pick last week. Was killing on the defensive front. But yeah, Redskins have been practicing. They practice all the time. They get better week by week. I think it's gonna be a close one, and I actually think this one will go to the last drive. I'm gonna say 18-16. The Seahawks are gonna take this one. So it'll be a close one, mark my word. But yeah. We'll see which team comes out. As always, fellas, you guys have been doing a great job with just coming on and putting out for the league and for our city. Just continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? Continue to grow in every way. Use your time on the field as a way to grow in something that will benefit yourself off the field. You know what I'm saying? So both, you know what I'm saying, physically, obviously, mental, obviously, spiritual also. We want to be able to learn those lessons on the field that we can apply to everyday life. So continue to do that. Continue to come out here and get after it week by week. And yeah, we'll continue to do this thing. Thank you guys for joining us though for another episode of Real Talk 1012. We out.